Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print. And today we're going to be going over 2 issues of the Ewoks comic book series from Star Comics, and we are 1986. And you can find these, of course, in the omnibus Droids and Ewoks. We are still powering our way through this. So the first issue is called Underwater Kingdom. And this is about Tebow and Wicket, and they're helping these underwater creatures get back to their tower or their power pearl, because all will be lost if they don't get it. So, kind of again, just like with a lot of these, they're just a lot of, little kid stories. They're not meant to be, these big epic tales. They're just fun little kid tales. They're meant for kids. They're not meant for us adults. It's just, it is what it is. I mean, it's kind of just a simple story, not much to it. Number 10 is called The Demons of Endor. Now, this continues the Droids crossover that has been going on. R2 and 3PO are actually in this, and they join the Ewoks, trying to get the prince back to the king. Again, just continuing on from our previous crossover. This was kind of cool again at the time. It makes sense that you would cross over your 2 cartoon shows, but really, that's about it. Just a continuation of that. Here's the thing. These aren't terrible stories, but there are some continuity issues here, mainly in the TV show. When it comes to the TV show, there's some things that don't necessarily line up between the Ewoks, obviously the Ewoks series and the Droid series, in comparison to what is in here. There's just some here. Again, it's not a huge thing, but I guess, again, it kind of goes to the whole thing of, but if this is supposed to be a TV show, and this is supposed to tie into that, but again, I guess you could make the excuse that, again, this is, still early expanding universe. This isn't later on. For me, I just get flashbacks or vibes of the Dave Filoni Clone Wars that would just run rampant with just, not caring about continuity. And this is some things here that come about. But again, like I said, it's a little bit different of a scenario because here we're 1986. There really wasn't that full push to make sure that everything was connected, as in comparison to, say, 2008, when the expanded universe had been going since the 1990s, of intentionally trying to keep everything consistent and together. So that's just kind of where I guess my issue is, but it's excusable here, but it is noticeable. Now, the question, of course, is, are these essential? No. I mean, even though it's, like I said, they're fun stories. They're not terrible, I guess. I don't find them terrible. But there's really not much to it. I mean, like I've said before, this whole collection here, this is really for, people who grew up with those series when they were originally on TV, or grew up reading those comics and want to have them in their collection. If you're curious, or for the hardcore fan who wants to have everything. And that's kind of me. Again, I didn't really grow up with these as much, but they're, like I said, they're fun, and you can take them or leave them, but they are next in our chronology here. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library.